Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We are live. We're now into the second hour. We're going to simulcast the second, third, and fourth hour live at prisonplanet.tv for prisonplanet.tv members. I want to say hi to all the great radio listeners out there. Well, for the full hour, Lies the Government Told You, Myth, Power, and Deception in American History, best-selling author Judge Andrew P. Napolitano, forward by Ron Paul. It's hardcover, a thick book, but a great quick read on a host of key issues. He really tells it like it is. He is the most hardcore constitutionalist who never wavers, who is on mainstream television in the United States. He's the best. Better than Lou Dobbs, better than anybody out there. And we like Lou Dobbs here. We wish he was back on television. And so we're honored to have him with us to talk about the government takeover of health care, this other draconian legislation introduced by McCain to arrest U.S. citizens and, quote, interrogate them under military control. We're going to go over that. We're going to get into stories out of New Jersey, his home state. Cops in New Jersey town given keys to homes as part of your safety. We have all these Brinks commercials running where it shows a thug busting into a woman's house and she calls 911. How about she shoots him? So we'll talk about the fight between freedom and liberty and the collectivists and the tyrants that are trying to take over our society. And Rush Limbaugh is talking about Obama might try to suspend elections. I mean, they're going to lose, so the only way they could try to get away with this is to suspend elections. They're trying to demonize the Tea Parties, the Patriots. No doubt they're staging many of these brick-through-the-window events. Democrats have been caught doing this before. There is a lot of anger out there. Violence is not the answer. Judge Napolitano, great to have you here with us.
Alex, it's a pleasure. What a fabulous intro, man. I'm riveted listening to you.
Well, we're riveted having you here. Okay, I could bring up a lot of subjects, but what's important to you right now? What's number one on your front burner?
The loss of freedom at the hands of the government, which happens with every tick of the clock. I kiddingly say in the beginning of that book, which you were very kind to mention, Alex, that when I told friends I was writing a book about the government and lies and that it was 4,000 pages long, everybody laughed and said, "Were you able to get all the lies in the 4,000 pages?" Of course, the publisher made me stop at 300 pages, but it shows you the perception that the public has is that the government does lie to us, has been lying to us, and we accept these lies and are willing to laugh about it, even though every one of those lies I talk about in the book, and even many that you just mentioned in the introduction, destroys our liberty, destroys our freedom by inducing us to make political decisions on erroneous information that the government claims is true. And when we give up this liberty and lose this property, we don't get it back.
Absolutely. When we come back, I want to get into the health care bill. I want to talk about what's next for these guys, the blanket amnesty, the national worker ID for citizens that illegals are exempt from. I've read the bill. It's the same thing in this bill, the health care bill. It talks about how we have to have an electronic medical ID card, but it says illegals are, again, exempt from that.
No surprise that they would do something like that in order, A, to control us, B, to know where we are and what we're doing, and C, to create a permanent underclass fully dependent upon them. The next thing you know is that they'll allow those folks to vote, and you know which way they'll vote, in favor of the party or the group or the candidate that gives them as big a piece of the pie to which we contribute at the point of a gun.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, the new book, Lies the Government Told You, in hardcover, hitting bookstores everywhere. Get it at Amazon.com. We'll tell you about Judge Napolitano's websites as well. We're about to go to break. Long segment coming up, and we will go through the health care bill. We will talk about the Republican Party. I mean, is there any avenue there to try to repeal all this? We'll talk about the constitutionality with our constitutional law expert, Judge Napolitano. I'm Alex Jones. The websites are Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, and PrisonPlanet.tv. And don't forget, we also have Jesse Ventura's new book at Infowars.com. You can get it there. American Conspiracies, already number 4 on the New York Times bestseller list. We'll be right back.